Okay, this is 15 foot to 18 foot waves, and the energy says about 20,000. Right now we're in between a set, so we're not seeing any waves, but in a few minutes here we'll see them. That's not the big ones. Those are the little ones breaking inshore. There's a bigger one out there in the distance. There's a big one. Holy crap. Yeah, guys. Look it out there. Oh my gosh, out in the distance over there. Dude. So if you're gonna go surf fishing today, you gotta wear your floaties on your arms. On the other side of the pier, out really far, there's just massive, massive, massive ones, see? Look at that. The first break out there is just terrifying. And this water is washing all, look how, right now it just looks like wet sand right here. But if you watch, this is all gonna surge all the way up to the bluff, to the pier, all surging up and then all washing back out. So if you were standing right there on wet sand, you would now be basically underwater. And then you'd have that wave coming over your head right there. And it would basically just pick you up off your feet, and you would just be drifting in all this current. Look at that. The water's all the way up to the bluff. And now all this water is gonna wash back off the beach and make its way back out. So it's hazardous. These guys down here, I don't know what they're doing. All right, guys, here's some fun information for you, because you know when you surf this, you get curious. You want to know how everything works, right? So today you can see how the water is washing all the way up. It hits the bluff and smashes on that bluff, and then the water turns around and heads back in the opposite direction. You can see like the way it's washing back right there. Now watch what happens when this water hits the water that's coming in. I'm not sure if this is going to be a great example of it. But what happens is, I'm hoping I can capture an example of this. So the water washes up, it hits something, it can't go any further, and then it turns around, it bounces, and it goes back the other direction. So now you actually have a wave moving in this direction. When that meets a wave that's moving in this direction, they crash into each other, they cancel out each other's energy, and you'll see them go, whoosh, it'll splash up into the air. That's how sandbars are formed. See, all the waves move the sand. You know, they're moving the sand is getting moved around in the water. So if you have water moving in this direction and this direction, then it's pushing sand here and pushing sand here. The waves cancel each other out, and then boom, the sand just drops. That's how sandbars get formed. At least the ones along the shoreline. I'm not so sure about the ones way out there. You know what I just realized? I'm like, what the heck is that? Is that a tree in a pot? No, dude, that's a volleyball court pole. And I looked over here, and I see there's more of them. So the poles for the volleyball court have actually been ripped up. I think there's only one left standing right there. So yeah, if they can't survive the swell, do you think that you could hold your own in that? No, you probably end up just like that guy. All right, here's a great example of how sandbars are formed. See how you have waves moving in this direction? How does that happen? Well, initially, the wave was moving in this direction, okay? It hit the bluff, turned around, bounced back. So now it's moving in this direction. Just like a pool table. If you roll a pool ball and it hits the edge of the pool table, it's gonna bounce in whatever direction it can go. So now you have waves going back in this direction, right? They're carrying sand with them. Anytime there's current, it's moving sand. So these waves are pushing sand in this direction, depositing it on the beach. These waves that bounced off the bluff are now moving in this direction, dragging sand out with it. When they meet each other, they hit each other, they cancel out each other's energy. You'll see them go splash up into the air, and they cancel out each other's energy, and that drops the sand right where the two waves meet. And so if that keeps happening consistently in about the same spot, you'll have all the sand getting deposited in one spot, and that's how a sandbar gets formed. Wow, guys, look. Inundation happening right here in front of us. Do not want to be standing out there. See how the waves are moving in this direction now? This is exactly what I'm talking about. Now watch what happens when these waves hit the waves that are coming in. Boom! See that? Sandbar being formed right there. Boom! So that's going to deposit sand. But of course it's all still moving. It has to happen like consistently, I think, in order for the sand to really build up. You have to have just the right conditions for a sandbar to... Jeez, look at this, guys. I'm having a hard time capturing the awesomeness. It's quite terrifying. Look at this. Look at this. From wet sand to 3 foot of water. Dude, this is gonna be awesome. Watch. Boom! Crashing on the bluff. Crashing on the bluff. Now you've got a wave bouncing back in the other direction. See it? It's making its way back out. Look what happens when they meet each other. Crash! Boom! Canceling each other's energy out. Dropping sand. Dude, it's just it is a washing machine out there. This is marvelous. This is awesome. Truly an awesome sight. Those are big waves. Those are not little waves. There's big ones out there. And consistently I'm seeing this spot where water keeps dumping back off the beach right over here. So this might develop a cut. If the water keeps washing out, you might end up with a rip current here. Actually, that makes me wonder, like, I want to find a good example of a big rip current right now. You know, it's actually, the water, it just looks different. Like, on any other day, I could read the beach really easily, but today, everything looks different. Look how big that wave is coming towards the pier. Oh my gosh, it's going to scrape the bottom of the pier. Holy moly. Holy chocolate Mexican sauce. All right, I hope you enjoyed the show. That's Pismo Beach, 22 foot waves, something like that. The wave energy is at 20,000. And this is a high tide about 5 foot right now. It's coming down. It was, I think it was about 6 foot.